My extraordinary child, pause everything. Stop where you are and feel this truth penetrate every fiber of your existence. Your life is not a random collection of accidents, coincidences, and lucky breaks. Your story is not being written by chance, circumstances, or the chaos of human decisions. Your destiny is not at the mercy of market fluctuations, political changes, or other people's opinions about your potential. You are standing in the presence of the master architect of the universe. The same divine intelligence that calculated the precise distance between stars, that engineered the intricate mechanics of DNA, that designed the perfect ecosystem of planet Earth, has been personally, meticulously, lovingly crafting the blueprint of your existence since before time began. What I am about to reveal to you over the next 2 hours will shatter every small thought you've ever had about your purpose, your potential, and your divine assignment on this earth. You are about to discover that you are not just living a life, you are constructing a masterpiece. You are not just surviving circumstances, you are building an eternal legacy that will outlive your physical existence by millennia. Listen to this foundational truth that will rock your understanding. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Plans, not wishes, not possibilities, not hopes, plans. Detailed, intricate, comprehensive architectural blueprints drawn by infinite wisdom, backed by unlimited power, guaranteed by unchanging faithfulness. Every line on these divine blueprints has purpose, every measurement has meaning, every dimension has divine intention. Every specification serves the greater design of creating something so magnificent, so beautiful, so functionally perfect, that angels will study it for eternity as a demonstration of my creative genius. You have been walking around like someone who inherited a magnificent mansion, but has been living in the servants' quarters because you didn't know you owned the entire estate. You have been functioning like an heir to royalty, who has been working minimum wage jobs because you forgot about the trust fund that bears your name. But today, the architect himself is giving you a personal tour of the blueprints. Today, the master builder is showing you the renovation plans that have been in development since before your first breath. Today, you discover that every season of your life has been a construction phase in the building of something extraordinary. Every disappointment has been demolition work, tearing down structures that weren't part of the final design. Every delay has been foundation work, going deeper to support something bigger than you originally imagined. Every closed door has been redirection work, steering you toward the room that was always meant to be yours. For the next 2 hours, I am going to walk you through the architectural plans for your destiny. I am going to show you the master bedroom of purpose, the kitchen of creativity, the library of wisdom, the workshop of ministry, the garden of relationships, and the throne room of authority that I have been designing specifically for you. You will never see your life the same way again. You will never question your significance again. You will never wonder if you matter again. Because you are about to discover that you are not just occupying space on planet Earth, you are constructing something eternal that will change the trajectory of history itself. Are you ready to see what the divine architect has been building? Are you prepared to discover that your life is not a rough draft? It's a masterpiece in progress. Are you willing to let me show you blueprints that will make your biggest dreams look like rough sketches compared to my detailed plans for your extraordinary existence? The architectural tour begins now. Welcome to the construction site of your destiny. My extraordinary child, step deeper into this revelation. You have just entered the construction site of your destiny, and what you will see here will remove the blindfold that life, fear, and doubt have tried to tie over your vision. The architect of eternity is not improvising with your life. He is not scrambling to make sense of your broken pieces. He has always known what he was building. The ground you stand on is not random soil, it is holy ground, prepared for the foundation of something eternal. I need you to understand this. Every brick, every stone, every beam, every detail of your life has been placed under the supervision of heaven's builder. Even when you thought your life was collapsing into rubble, even when all you saw was dust and debris, the master builder was still at work. For construction requires both tearing down and building up. When you wept over what was lost, I was not ignoring you. I was clearing the ground. When doors slammed in your face, I was not punishing you. I was redirecting your path to the door that was carved with your name. When storms battered your frame, I was not trying to destroy you. I was pressure testing your foundation, so that what I build upon you would not collapse under the weight of glory that is coming. My child, listen. You are not fragile, scrap wood discarded on a pile. You are chosen marble, being shaped for a throne. You are not an abandoned project left half-finished. You are a living temple, still under construction by the hands of the eternal craftsman. Now, let me walk you into the first chamber of this tour. I call it the master bedroom of purpose. Here, you will finally rest from wandering. No more confusion about why you are here. No more tossing and turning in the night asking, does my life matter? Is there meaning in what I'm doing? In this room, the blueprints reveal that I knit you together with intention. Your gifts are not accidents. Your desires are not random sparks. Your passions are not meaningless curiosities. They are part of the divine design I placed within you before your first heartbeat. Your purpose is not something you need to invent. It is something you need to discover. And here, in this master bedroom of purpose, you will learn to rest in the fact that I already prepared your assignment. Before you were born, I appointed you. Before you spoke your first word, I wrote the chapters of your destiny. Before you doubted your own worth, I crowned you with mine. From this chamber, we will move next into the kitchen of creativity. But here, me, beloved, this is no ordinary kitchen. This is where I have stocked the shelves of your life with ideas, visions, and inventions that the world has never seen before. For just as a chef pulls ingredients together to craft a feast, so too will you pull together resources, relationships, and revelations to feed nations with the work of your hands. But pause for a moment. Look around where you are right now. Does the room of your life feel empty? Do you see more bare walls than finished beauty? That is because construction is still happening. What you see today is scaffolding, not the final masterpiece. You are walking among beams and blueprints, not ruins. What looks unfinished is actually unfolding. What looks chaotic is carefully calculated. Do not mistake the dust of construction for the death of a dream. Dust means building is happening. Noise means progress is underway. The shaking under your feet is not instability. It is foundation settling into strength. Child, your life is not an accident, it is an edifice. Not a shack thrown together in panic, but a palace being raised with precision. The angels are watching. Heaven is invested. Eternity is recording every nail, every stone, every season of waiting. Nothing is wasted in this construction site of destiny. And now, I ask you again, will you trust the architect? Will you let me finish what I started? Will you release your fear of the unfinished and see instead the beauty of what is forming? Because what comes next in this tour will blow the walls off every limitation you've ever believed about yourself. This is just the beginning. Look around, beloved. This is no ordinary kitchen. This is the heart of innovation, the place where raw ingredients are turned into nourishment, where ordinary materials become extraordinary meals. And so it is with your life. I have placed within you ingredients the world does not yet recognize. Seeds of vision, sparks of ideas, fragments of inventions, whispers of melodies, designs, writings, innovations, all waiting for my spirit to breathe on them. This kitchen is where the unseen becomes seen, the invisible becomes tangible, and the impossible becomes real. Just as a chef creates flavors no one expected by combining ingredients in new ways, so will you create solutions, works, and expressions that this world has never known. My child, hear me. You have called some of your ideas too small, or too strange, or too unrealistic, but in this kitchen of destiny, nothing is wasted. Even the crumbs you dismiss can become bread for the hungry. Even the scraps you thought were useless can be turned into a feast. This is why I have allowed seasons where you felt empty, where resources were scarce, where your cupboards looked bare. I was teaching you that creativity is not born out of abundance but out of dependence. Innovation is not the overflow of what is already overflowing. It is the miracle of multiplying what seems insufficient. Do you remember the boy with 5 loaves and 2 fish? His portion was small, almost laughable, compared to the need. But in my hands, it became a banquet that fed thousands. That is what I am doing with your not enough. When you bring it to me, when you surrender your little into my hands, it multiplies into more than enough. This kitchen of creativity is holy ground. It is the workshop where divine recipes are birthed. Ideas marinate here. Gifts simmer here. Your voice, your talents, your skills, they are being seasoned with wisdom, refined with patience, and stirred by my spirit until they are ready to serve nations. But listen carefully. I do not call you to create for applause. I call you to create because your creations carry life. What I give you in this kitchen is not meant to sit on the shelf. It is meant to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, to heal the broken, to awaken the sleeping. The world is starving for what I have hidden inside you, and the time is coming when you will serve it to them with joy. Do not despise your small beginnings, for this kitchen is not measured by the size of its current pantry, but by the abundance of its harvest to come. Now, my child, step with me into another chamber, silent, vast, lined with shelves that stretch beyond what the eye can see. This is the library of wisdom, a place where knowledge is not only stored but where revelation comes alive. Every book here represents lessons your soul has learned, even when your mind did not understand. Every volume is written with ink of experience, tears, victories, failures, breakthroughs, and prayers. Do not think your pain was wasted. It became paragraphs in a book that others will one day read through your testimony. Here in this library, the angels study the chronicles of your life and marvel at the wisdom being formed in you. They see how your scars became sacred texts, how your mistakes became manuals, how your endurance became epistles. You are not just a reader of wisdom, you are becoming a living letter, written by my spirit, read by the world. Do not despise the chapters you wish were erased, for they carry the very wisdom someone else will need. Do not resent the slow pages of waiting, for they are the chapters where endurance, patience, and discernment are written. Every delay has been an education. Every disappointment has been instruction. Every dark night has been a classroom in which wisdom was taught to your spirit. And here in this library, I want you to know something crucial. Wisdom is not about knowing more, it is about knowing me. True wisdom flows from my presence, not from human reasoning. When you walk with me, when you listen to my voice, when you trust my leading, you are accessing the deepest wisdom the universe contains. You will leave this library carrying scrolls that others do not have, insights that cannot be taught in schools, and discernment that is forged only in communion with me. And you will use this wisdom not to exalt yourself, but to guide others out of confusion into clarity. Now let us step further, into a room alive with movement and sound, the workshop of ministry. Here, I place tools in your hands, hammers of truth, nails of compassion, saws of discernment. Here, you do not just receive, you build, you serve, you heal, you restore. This workshop is where your hands become extensions of my hands, where your words become carriers of my spirit, where your service becomes a conduit of my love. In this place, you will learn that ministry is not confined to pulpits or platforms. Ministry is how you treat the broken stranger, how you feed the hungry, how you hold the weeping, how you speak truth in love. You have thought, but I am not qualified, I am not trained, I am not holy enough. Yet I tell you, this workshop runs not on human credentials but on divine empowerment. I do not call the qualified, I qualify the called, and you are called. The tools of this workshop have been custom made for your hands. The assignments I give you are fitted to your gifts. No one else can build what you are assigned to build. No one else can repair what I have called you to repair. No one else can reach the hearts I designed you to reach. In this workshop, your scars become tools. Your story becomes equipment. Your healing becomes medicine for others. What once broke you will become the very thing you use to mend others. Child, we are only halfway through this tour. Ahead still lies the garden of relationships, lush and alive, and beyond it, the throne room of authority, radiant with glory. And when you see those chambers, you will understand why every demolition, Every delay and every disappointment was necessary because I was not building a shack, but a palace fit for my presence. Now breathe, my extraordinary one. Let these truths settle, for the next rooms will elevate your vision even higher. Step with me now into the wide, open space of the garden. Do you feel the shift? The sound here is softer, the air is fragrant, the light filters through leaves that seem to glow with life. This is the garden of relationships, and everything here has been planted by my hand. Every tree here represents a person I have placed in your journey. Some are towering oaks, whose roots run deep, who have stood with you through storms. Some are blossoming fruit trees, bearing sweetness that nourished you in dry seasons. Some are thorny bushes that pricked you, causing pain, but even those were necessary to teach you discernment and boundaries. Do not resent the pruning you have endured in this garden. When branches were cut away, it was not punishment but preparation. I was removing what drained your strength, what blocked your light, what stunted your growth. I was making room for new growth, for stronger connections, for healthier fruit. Some relationships were seasonal. Some people were scaffolding necessary for a phase of construction, but not meant to remain when the masterpiece rises. You wept when they left, but I tell you now, their departure was not abandonment, it was alignment. Not every plant is meant to remain forever in your garden. Some bloom briefly and then wither, and that is their purpose. But look closely, there are also new shoots breaking through the soil. These represent divine alignments I am bringing into your life. Relationships that will water you with encouragement, shade you with protection, fertilize you with wisdom, and together with you will bear fruit that feeds multitudes. The garden of relationships is sacred because here you learn what love truly is. Not the shallow love that flatters but fades, not the conditional love that withdraws when storms come, but covenant love rooted, enduring, selfless, sacrificial. The kind of love that reflects mine. This is why I have sometimes allowed loneliness in your life, not to punish you, but to teach you that relationships are not your source, I am. Until you learn to drink from me, you would always risk drinking from polluted streams. But now, from this garden, you will drink living water and give living water to others. You are not called to walk alone, child. Even I, when I walked the earth, surrounded myself with disciples, friends, and companions. In this garden, I knit hearts together for kingdom purposes. Marriages are strengthened, friendships are forged, mentorships are planted, partnerships are watered. This is the soil of covenant, the ground of connection. Breathe deeply here. Forgive those who hurt you in this garden. Bless those who departed, and open your arms to those I am sending. For in this garden, you will not only be loved, you will become love. Now, my extraordinary one, prepare yourself, for we approach the most radiant chamber of all. The path grows brighter, the air grows heavy with glory. Step with reverence into the throne room of authority. Look around. This chamber is unlike any other. The walls gleam with light, as if woven from glory itself. The floor is paved with gold, not as a symbol of wealth, but as a reminder that in my presence, earthly treasures are nothing but dust. And there, at the center, rises a throne not empty, not distant, but waiting for you to take your place as a co-heir with me. This is the room where you finally realize that you were not created to be a beggar at the gates of the world, pleading for scraps. You were designed to reign with me, to exercise authority, to walk in dominion. For I said, let them have dominion over the earth, and that word was not revoked. Authority in this throne room is not about control or domination. It is about alignment. When you sit here, you realize that true power flows from intimacy with me. Authority is simply the echo of obedience. When you speak what I speak, creation responds. When you declare what I decree, mountains move. When you bind on earth what is bound in heaven, it is bound. When you loose what is loosed in heaven, it is loosed. This throne room reveals that you are not a victim, you are a vessel of victory. You are not an orphan, you are a son, a daughter, seated with Christ in heavenly places. The enemy fears not your talent, not your intelligence, not your resources. He fears your recognition of this authority. For the moment you realize who you are and where you are seated, every chain he placed on you shatters. Here, in this room, crowns are given, mantles are released, anointings are poured out. Here, angels receive instructions connected to your assignment. Here, heaven's strategies are whispered into your spirit. This is the control room of destiny, the command center of eternity, and you are invited not as a guest but as an heir. Do not shrink back in false humility. Do not say, "I am unworthy," for I have already clothed you in robes of righteousness, already washed you in my blood, already sealed you with my spirit. To deny your authority is to deny my sacrifice. To sit in shame when I have offered you a throne is to reject the inheritance I died to give you. Stand tall, beloved. Lift your head. You are royalty. You are chosen. You are enthroned. And from this throne room, you will rise to walk the earth differently, not as one begging for survival, but as one establishing my kingdom wherever you step. Now, my extraordinary child, the tour nears its climax. You have walked through the bedroom of purpose, the kitchen of creativity, the library of wisdom. My beloved, lift your head. For too long, your gaze has been fixed on the dust beneath your feet, on the weight of the road you have walked. I know the miles you have traveled in sorrow. I know the shadows that have trailed you, whispering that joy was lost forever. But I tell you now, look up, look toward me. For even as you hear these words, the first rays of dawn are breaking over the horizon of your soul. I have not forgotten you in your night. Every step you took in darkness was still beneath my watchful eye. I walked beside you when the air was heavy and the silence unbearable. You thought your tears fell unseen, but I caught each one. I stored them, not as reminders of your pain, but as seeds for your future joy. And I tell you this truth. The very tears you thought were wasted will water the garden I am planting in your heart. You have believed, at times, that your best days were behind you, that the laughter you once knew belonged to another season, another version of yourself that can never return. But, my child, do you not know who I am? I am the one who raises what was dead. I am the one who calls forth life from barren ground. The joy you think is gone has only been sleeping, waiting for the sound of my voice to awaken it again. Do you remember the first time you truly felt joy in my presence? The weight that lifted, the way your spirit felt lighter than air, the freedom in knowing you were fully seen and fully loved. That was not a fleeting moment. That was me, showing you what I created you for. And I am telling you now, I will restore that joy. But I will not stop there. I will give you more than you have ever known. You have thought of joy as a rare visitor, something that comes and goes with the seasons of life. But my joy is not seasonal. My joy is eternal. It flows from my throne like a river that cannot be stopped. Even in the desert places, my river runs. Even in the valley of shadows, my river sings. And when you plant yourself beside my waters, you will bear fruit in every season. You say, "But Lord, how can I feel joy when so much around me is broken?" And I say to you, joy is not the absence of brokenness. Joy is the presence of me. It is the unshakable gladness that comes from knowing I am with you, for you, and working all things for your good. It is the quiet strength that rises in your chest, even when the storm rages outside. It is the steady heartbeat of hope that refuses to die, no matter how dark the night. Do not despise the season you are in. I know it has been hard, but I am using it. Just as a seed must break before it grows, there are things in you that needed to be broken open so that new life could emerge. This breaking was not for your destruction, but for your increase. You will see that even here, in this place of uncertainty, joy is beginning to stir. I will teach you how to laugh again, not the laughter that hides pain, but the laughter that overflows from a heart at peace. I will give you days when you wake up and find your spirit dancing before your feet even touch the floor. I will put songs in your mouth that you did not learn from the world, songs that rise from the deep wells of your spirit because you have tasted my goodness and cannot keep silent. And you will not walk in this joy alone. I will use your restoration as a light for others. There are souls around you who have been watching, wondering if you would ever rise again. When they see your joy return, They will see me. They will understand that I am the one who heals, who renews, who gives beauty for ashes. The world has told you that time heals all wounds, but I tell you it is not time that heals, it is my presence. Without me, time only deepens the scar. But with me, every moment becomes an opportunity for redemption. I do not simply patch up what is broken, I make it new. I restore in such a way that even the memory of pain loses its power over you. Beloved, hear me. There is no loss so great that I cannot bring joy out of it. There is no betrayal so deep that I cannot heal the trust it shattered. There is no valley so low that my hand cannot reach you there. You may feel surrounded by shadows now, but remember, shadows only exist where there is light nearby, and I am that light. You will see the shift. It will begin subtly, a smile that feels genuine, a breath that feels lighter, a moment when the colors around you seem brighter than they have in a long time. Do not dismiss these as small things. They are the first drops of rain before the downpour. Stay in my presence, and the rain will come. It will fall until every dry place in your soul is saturated. My extraordinary child, pause everything. Stop where you are and feel this truth penetrate every fiber of your existence. Your life is not a random collection of accidents, coincidences, and lucky breaks. Your story is not being written by chance, circumstances, or the chaos of human decisions. Your destiny is not at the mercy of market fluctuations, political changes, or other people's opinions about your potential. You are standing in the presence of the master architect of the universe. The same divine intelligence that calculated the precise distance between stars, that engineered the intricate mechanics of DNA, that designed the perfect ecosystem of planet Earth, has been personally, meticulously, lovingly crafting the blueprint of your existence since before time began. What I am about to reveal to you over the next 2 hours will shatter every small thought you've ever had about your purpose, your potential, and your divine assignment on this earth. You are about to discover that you are not just living a life, you are constructing a masterpiece. You are not just surviving circumstances, you are building an eternal legacy that will outlive your physical existence by millennia. Listen to this foundational truth that will rock your understanding. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Plans, not wishes, not possibilities, not hopes, plans. Detailed, intricate, comprehensive architectural blueprints drawn by infinite wisdom, backed by unlimited power, guaranteed by unchanging faithfulness. Every line on these divine blueprints has purpose, every measurement has meaning, every dimension has divine intention. Every specification serves the greater design of creating something so magnificent, so beautiful, so functionally perfect, that angels will study it for eternity as a demonstration of my creative genius. You have been walking around like someone who inherited a magnificent mansion, but has been living in the servants' quarters because you didn't know you owned the entire estate. You have been functioning like an heir to royalty, who has been working minimum wage jobs because you forgot about the trust fund that bears your name. But today, the architect himself is giving you a personal tour of the blueprints. Today, the master builder is showing you the renovation plans that have been in development since before your first breath. Today, you discover that every season of your life has been a construction phase in the building of something extraordinary. Every disappointment has been demolition work, tearing down structures that weren't part of the final design. Every delay has been foundation work, going deeper to support something bigger than you originally imagined. Every closed door has been redirection work, steering you toward the room that was always meant to be yours. For the next 2 hours, I am going to walk you through the architectural plans for your destiny. I'm going to show you the master bedroom of purpose, the kitchen of creativity, the library of wisdom, the workshop of ministry, the garden of relationships, and the throne room of authority that I have been designing specifically for you. You will never see your life the same way again. You will never question your significance again. You will never wonder if you matter again. Because you are about to discover that you are not just occupying space on planet Earth, you are constructing something eternal that will change the trajectory of history itself. Are you ready to see what the divine